Kentucky, starting at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time instead of 11 p.m. this one time. So I can see Chappell Roan on Saturday Night Live, November 2nd. John Mulaney, that's how you say his name, the comedian, he's the host, and Chappell gonna sing at least 2 songs. Don't know if it'll be a new song will be played or they're kind of teasing that Hot to Go is going to be performed. How's it going out there? Few shout outs. Rachel's Ghost and Mikey Arugula. We were on Rachel's Ghost channel last Wednesday. Has like 500 views. It's doing pretty good. You should check it out. We were on there for 90 minutes. Uncle Paul's Pop Playhouse. He always sends me comments. Appreciate that. I talked to him on the phone the other day. Beatles Pro, Tom Beatles Pro. We're gonna try to put him on a Beatles roundtable on the next Rachel's Ghost interview, which we're gonna do a couple days after the Beatles 64 documentary is on Disney Plus. Joe Hilton got a hold of me about some signed Beatles items he had, and he's interested in my Led Zeppelin signed House of the Holy. I'll show him a little bit. Don't want to do the heavy hitters. Might not have, some of you may not show up until 11 o'clock, my usual time. Patricia from Little's Beatles Corner. She bought a couple of Beatle albums from me. Shout out to you. The Gregory Fio, he sent me a butcher cover that I peeled last week. And the Mexican Beatles Buyers Group, I missed your call the other day. I'm living this lifetime without a cell phone. So the best time to get a hold of me at home is 11:30 to midnight Eastern Standard Time, which would be about 8:30 to 9 out there in California, your time. Shout out to Jeff and Amy from South Louisville Antique Toy Mall. I sold about over $600 out there. Got to go get paid tomorrow. And Bill, my best collector or best buyer out there at the Antique Toy Mall. I'll see him tomorrow. I know he's interested in the same thing. The Mexican guys are interested. I've shown it before and you know what it is. The big gun, the big deal.
Can I say a few comments?
And that Michael Stern and Rick Canfer, they're sending me another box of albums and singles, some Who singles and stuff that I'm going to sell on consignment. Yeah, ready for some messages.
Vinyl Piper said, thanks for the Beatles and early Led Zeppelin one. I love it.
The one that had the Air label on it? I think that's what he's talking about. Any other messages?
I thought it was a she. The name's Piper.
I know, I said Led Zeppelin 1 with the Air labels on it.
You said that, I think he...
Alright, okay.
Uncle Paul said, thanks, Frank. Polly White said, good evening,
Hi, Polly.
Family. A little Beatles corner, so I love Frank and family. I like this time.
How are you, Patricia? Well, we'll see. Maybe we can continue the 10:30 time.
Uncle Paul said, hi, Polly. And then...
I know you, people that watch me on the East Coast, this is late for you.
And then Joseph Mantinos, I love Sticker Mania family.
Joseph's out on the West Coast.
Hello, Sticker family. I hope you're all doing good.
All right. Going to clear this table off here. Give me that one CD of Chappell Roan there. That one there, yeah.
Looks good.
So, Joan has become my best buyer in the last week. Monday. These 3 items are going out to her. My near mint peeled West Coast butcher cover. Probably the nicest West Coast I'll ever own in my lifetime. She bought the Back Off Boogaloo that I showed on Rachel's Ghost, Blue Label, promo, factory sample, not for sale. That's the way they did it in England. They put that sticker on there with the Halloween type Frankenstein on the picture sleeve. You guys all know this was a message to Paul. Back Off Boogaloo. In his kind way, Ringo never wanted to be mean to Paul. And Joan bought this amazing, let me put the butcher cover away.
Uncle Paul said I bought Chappell's CD today.
Bought what?
Chappell's CD.
All right, way to go. I play it in my car every day. I think my granddaughter gets tired of me playing it. I hope she comes out with a new one, new album in the springtime, because I'll have this album burn out by then. So this was at a Chappell Roan concert, and I didn't know it was going to come in this bag. It says, for pickup, this is in Chappell's handwriting, for pickup in director's room C for Chappell. She doesn't do this too often. She must have known this person. And it says, can you please sign this for Katie's sister? She will be at the show tonight. Thank you. See you tonight. Love you, B. Whoever B is. But look at this album here. Midwest Princess. This is the way you want to get music signatures on their music. That is amazing there. She hardly ever signs her last name. Chappell Roan with X's and O's. Probably never have something like that again. But Joan bought it before I ever got it, but I didn't know it was going to be in that green bag. Signed again by Chappell.
Vinyl Piper said, I'm definitely a he, and yes, the early Atlantic label Led Zeppelin.
Oh, I think I was right.
What do you think the best sounding of Zeppelin 1 is?
Zeppelin 1, I like the turquoise I've had twice. Led Zeppelin UK first press turquoise with the uncorrected matrix.
Dang said, the old hometown looks the same as I stepped down from the train and there me is my mama and papa down the road. I looked there runs Mary.
You have to tell me what song that's from. So this is Chappell Roan's first CD on Warner Brothers, where she wasn't on there very long. School Nights. It's like a mini. It's a CD extended play CD. It only has 5 songs: Die Young, Good Hurt, Meantime, Sugar High, and Bad for You. Pretty rare to have that CD. That's on my eBay store for $288.
It's the green grass at home.
Green, what?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. I like some of the Tom Jones songs. All right, let's put Jones stuff where I know I gotta ship it to her. Sorry, Joan. I held on to this one more time.
Everyone's last name is Jones.
That's her first name.
Oh. Everyone has a Jones.
And this just sold on eBay. The butcher cover I peeled from Gregory Field. This is East Coast, number 3, Scranton, with a removed trunk slick, and it sold on eBay for $1,222. But I'll show you the difference in colors. Show this on Rachel's Ghost. You see the East Coast and the West Coast colors. Does that look pretty good there?
Yeah.
The East Coast, this one has a purple hue, and the West Coast is a natural tint, real natural colors. I think it even looks clearer than the East Coast.
L.
Somebody tried to tell me that I'm not a butcher cover expert on one of my videos, And he says, you weren't at the photo shoot, so how can you be a butcher cover expert? I don't know how you can't be a historian if you weren't at the actual event. I've been studying the butcher covers for over 45 years, and I bought and sold probably 300 of them.
Did you tell them shut up?
No, I just told them my credentials.
You should have been like, shut up, you dummy.
Kill him with kindness.
We had about 10 comments back and forth, and he finally gave up. He said they'd laugh at me if I went to how do you say the auction house? Sotheby's. Talking about auction houses, Christie's Auctions supposedly authenticated a Help album signed by all 4 Beatles, 1965. It sold in England last week for £10,000. And if you look at the picture of it, there's no way that Paul and George Harrison, Paul McCartney and George Harrison's are authentic. These auction houses make some mistakes. They need to have Perry Cox or Frank Casio or Paul Wayne from UK Tracks or Roger Epperson from PSA DNA. They need to have one of those 4 authenticate their high-end Beatles signed memorabilia. If you look on eBay every day, something is signed or something sells for thousands of dollars that wasn't really signed by the Beatles. Probably signed by Mal Evans, Neil Aspinall, or the fan club secretaries.
Dane said Tom Jones covered it, but poor Wenger did it best. Brits can't do country right.
Brits can't do country right.
Mikey Rugula said you are the expert for sure.
All right, thanks, Mikey.
Thomas Jean said
He says I need to go to school to get a doctorate degree to be a butcher cover expert.
you can do that.
I think I went to my own school on it.
Thomas,
How you doing there, Mikey? Good to see you. We got Sticker Kid in the house finally.
You took too long to come out.
Thomas Jean said pronounce Southern Abees.
How's it pronounced? Sotheby?
Southern Abees.
Southern and B's. Southern and B's. Southern ABs.
That's what I said.
Southern
You
AB.
know,
Okay, go ahead.
okay, I think all the other comments are towards each other. I don't
All
think
right.
they're just saying.
Hello, Mikey. Hi, Joe. How's it going, everybody? So that's my comment on people saying that I'm not an expert on peeling butcher or a butcher cover expert. I told him I was one of the 5 top butcher experts in the world, and how so many Beatle autographs get sold through auction houses and eBay that aren't authentic. In a little bit, we're going to have a giveaway tonight. We're going to give away this 1968 I magazine with John Lennon on the cover.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, I got 3 difficult questions concerning I magazine and when Paul and John went to New York in May of 1968.
Tom just came in, Mr. Beatles Pro.
How you doing, Tom from Beatles Pro? Are you up to doing our Beatles Roundtable with me? And hey, that's a real friend. That's not really a magazine to just casually look at. Okay.
You said I could look at it.
All right. Well, be careful with it.
I'm not gonna rip it.
All right.
Asking Tom about the round table.
Yeah. Are you interested, Tom, in being in our next Beatles Roundtable shortly after November 29th?
Ew, that's ugly.
All right. So Chappell Roan is going to be on Saturday Night Live tonight. A few comments about Saturday Night Live. Paul McCartney's been on there several times. Ringo Starr's been on there. George Harrison was on there with Paul Simon. The Rolling Stones have been on there several times. I don't think Led Zeppelin was ever on there. Billy Preston was on there in the early Saturday Night Live. So all these people that don't know who Chappell Roan is, there a lot of them are going to find out tonight. A perfect night right before the election, and there's an extra hour of sleep that I think we all get tonight. Time change, we get an extra hour.
This is not the night before the election.
I didn't say, I said right before the election.
You said the night before.
I did not say that. Well, maybe I did, but you keep correcting me, and I don't know what I'm saying wrong. All right, we got a generation gap here going on. David Gilmour from Pink Floyd is going to be on Jimmy Fallon Tonight's Show next Thursday, November 7th. He hasn't been on a talk show performed like that in about 8 years, so that'll be interesting. David Gilmour is doing his farewell tour.
Your Japanese friend said, "Hi Frank, the butcher cover is very beautiful. How much is it?"
It is sold for $4,000.
You already sold it?
Yeah, Joan paid me yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I sent her a message that I had 5 other people interested in it, and all of a sudden I got $4,000 PayPal.
You
Here's
should
your
let me
book.
draw something.
Draw something?
No,
No.
no.
Here, you can draw right there.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
I'm done with these notes right here. Can you draw on the back there?
Okay.
All right. You want me to do this giveaway now, or is it what?
No.
Not, wait till 11 o'clock?
11. Got 12 minutes.
Mikey Arugula said night before the NY Marathon, New York.
New York Marathon's tomorrow? All right. That's the exciting thing. We're going through all the boroughs of New York. I wish I would have done that once. I almost qualified for the Boston Marathon when I was 29, but I think I was a few minutes over the time you had to be. You had to be under 3 hours, and I did it in 3 hours and 1 minute. Did that when I was 29. I also ran a half triathlon that took me 5 hours.
Daniel Castillo said Joan gets first dibs.
Joan doesn't get first dibs. She just is active on pursuing things, and she moves quick. Something that some other people could practice on, but I'm not going to mention any names. All right, I think I made all my shout outs. Arthur Cohen, he bought my Beatle bobbing head dolls, and he sent me a picture of his Beatle rooms. Nothing like Mikey Arugula's, but his bobbing head dolls look really nice against with his Soaky dolls and a few other Beatle items he has bought for me. You like my Let It Be Naked Target 4x4 poster I got behind me? That was not Target. That was Tower Records.
Oh.
Had that in their window, and I got an original 2003 promotional T-shirt for the Let It Be Naked. You writing a Rubik's Cube? Are you ready for a sticker minute?
No.
No.
I drew that Rubik's Cube because I was trying to figure out what took him so long to come out.
All right. A few other notes concerning this magazine. This isn't part of the 3 difficult questions. The John Lennon and Paul McCartney were on the Tonight Show, and Johnny was on. He took a few days off, and who was the man that took Johnny Carson's place when John and Paul were on the Tonight Show in May of 1968? Let's see who can come up with the answer of that. Those are all about Chappell Roan. Let's talk about her a little more. Did you guys see the promo for the Saturday Night Live today, where she's dressed up like a green peacock? There's people out there on social media that says she was dressed up like Dragon Age fans. You guys know what a Dragon Age fans is?
No.
And my little Chappell Roan comment or short I did on evolution of Chappell Roan got 54% female viewers, and I've never had that on any of my shorts or videos. I usually at 9% female, so you can see how Chappell Roan brings out the females, and 37% were from the 25 to 34 age group. A couple Chappell Roan songs I like a lot now. Her slow song Kaleidoscope, that's on her Midwest Princess album. I showed that once, but I'll show it. This is the sealed that's going up in price, it seems like weekly. This is the Urban Outfitters exclusive pink vinyl 2 LP set of Midwest, The Fall and Rise of a Midwest Princess. But when we saw her in Franklin, Tennessee, she did Kaleidoscope by herself, just her and a little portable piano. And I love that song, and her vocals are just unbelievable. There's a vocal coach, Tim Welch, that says she's one of the best vocalists in a long time. And Jimmy Fallon, when he was interviewing Olivia Rodrigo last week, Olivia even admitted that a lot of the background vocals on her 2 albums, Sour and Guts, is Chappell Roan.
John Chamberlain said, "Where do I go to purchase other than eBay?"
You can purchase through send me a message through my YouTube channel and tell me what you're interested in and send me an offer.
Sticker can't hold that.
Daniel Castillo said,
Mr._Stickermania at yahoo.com. This is an underscore. Us older people have a hard time figuring that out, but I finally figured it out. On your tablet or your computer, you have to hit where symbols are and go to a different part of your keyboard, and you can figure out the underscore. Yes, there you go.
And then Daniel Castillo says she's on it 24 and 8 days a week.
She's what?
On it 24 and 8 days a week.
Who is? Chappell Roan?
Joan, I think.
I think he's talking about Joan because he got the.
They got the right question. Joe Gargioli, an ex-baseball player. He's the one who took Johnny Carson's place. Who got that first?
Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul, way to go. Maybe you're going to win this I magazine from 1968.
And then your Japanese friend said, how much does a butcher cost in Japanese money?
I have no idea what it costs. You need to get $4,000 translated into your money. It's time to give away the trivia question.
We have 6 more minutes.
He said, he's telling me it.
He's just saying dumb stuff.
All right, a couple more Chappell Roan things, then I'll quit talking about her tonight. I said I was going to do about 5 minutes of her. She, on social media, on her Instagram page, she put out pictures where the hint that she gets the job done. So I don't know if that means that she's just recording a new album or her new hit single is going to be called She Gets the Job Done. She said Subway will not be her new single, but it will be on the new album. I think that is it on my Chappell Roan moments. What did one nut say to the other nut?
I don't know. I'm gonna catch you.
I'm gonna cash you.
What?
It's a nut.
Hey!
Did you like that one?
No, he hit me.
I don't even think he knows what a cashew is.
I have no idea.
It's a nut.
All right. Chat, you want to pull this up one more time? And I'll start showing some things. Mr._Stickermania at yahoo.com. Get a hold of me, make an offer. I can sell you through my YouTube channel to my PayPal account. Skip the expensive eBay fees.
And then, oh wait, that's all.
All right, we talked about butcher covers. Let's talk about Christmas. It's coming up.
And then my birthday.
Have you ever seen a 1967 Beatles Christmas fan club postcard that has never been played and never unpunched? I'd say that's pretty amazing. That's the way they did the Christmas They did that like that in the UK, and in 66 and 67, this is the way they did it in the USA. They sent out a fan club postcard right in the mail like that with a flexi disc on there. And it wasn't even in anything. It could have been in an envelope, but it had a mailing label right on the back. So I'm thinking they sent it out just like this. But it was never been punched out after nearly 58 years. 57. That's pretty amazing. Are we going to show the Led Zeppelin album? What are we going to do?
Not around, but when he is showing something, put it down so you're not messing with the camera. But he was good when he went away.
All right, let's show the big dog that I showed on Rachel's Ghost. Had several people interested in this already. The hand sign. The band that went around the Houses of the Holy from 1973. That's the first pressing. You got John Bottom. All this is in black ballpoint pen. John Bottom, John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, all on the front cover. I haven't seen very few authentic Led Zeppelin fully signed albums that exist in the world. So this, I'm going to read the COA on this. This was the man that got this went to see the Led Zeppelin at the Earl's Court in England in 1975. And this belly band was put inside this program for nearly, what would that be, 75 to now? Be close to 49 years, and it was just discovered this year. And I got a hold of it, because I shake the trees pretty hard. That's what Kevin from Kevin Records says. I shake the trees hard. Led Zeppelin 1975 autograph House of the Holy USA album belly band. This is to confirm the authenticity of this item described and illustrated herein. A U.S. vinyl of Led Zeppelin's House of the Holy, which has been autographed on the belly band by the group in black felt tip pens. The signatures come with a letter from the original recipient that reads, I was given this signed House of the Holy around April 1975 by a friend who had a connection to the music business. I was trying to get tickets to see the 1975 Earl's Court concert, as I was crazy about Led Zeppelin at the time. Rob said to me, I have something you may like, and he gave me this title band. I put this in this Earl's Court program and left it in a box and forgot about it. I recently opened an old box and found the program, and inside it was a signed band. This album comes with the original copy of the Earl's Court tour program. This item is supported by a lifetime guarantee of authenticity and a money-back warranty. Signed Paul Wayne from Trax Limited, UK. One of the 4 experts in the world on Beatles and Led Zeppelin signatures. All right. That's my Led Zeppelin minute. Let's do the trivia question.
Like and subscribe.
Say it again.
Like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification link.
Yeah, I got a lot of likes on the Chappell Roan Evolution, and the Mikey Arugula and myself on Rachel's Ghost, we got quite a lot of likes on that. Do you know where I got the most likes of any video I've ever done? People say I'm not a butcher cover expert. Was my complete peeling of a stereo East Coast butcher cover, part 1 and part 2. I got about 6,000 views, and each part 1 and part 2 got almost 100 likes. So that's pretty amazing. All right, 3 trivia questions to win this 1968 I magazine with John Lennon on the cover. And you got the Bob Dylan poster, which I have over here, so I can show what it looks like. This poster is attached inside. This is an extra one I have. You know, the new Bob Dylan documentary is coming out here shortly. I guess the Brian Epstein came out yesterday on Amazon. That's the Bob Dylan poster that's inside the I magazine. I got two other I magazine posters I'll show. I got a Beatles Yellow Submarine, and I got a Jimi Hendrix. There's a psychedelic Beatles Yellow Submarine poster. And here's the Jimi Hendrix and Noel Redding. Do you know that one of Noel Redding's ex-girlfriend lives here in Louisville, Kentucky, and has his bass guitar and his gold records? And Kevin from Kevin Records knows her. I just wish I could get a hold of him to showcase him. That would be amazing. Here's Noel Redding right over here. You know, Mitch Mitchell was a drummer for the Jimi Hendrix Experience. All right, here's our trivia questions. All right, remember, you got to win this I magazine. You got to have all three answers in the same message. All right. First question. I was wrong on this on the Rachel Ghost thing. In 1968, 1969, how many issues were of the I magazine? How many of them? That's the first answer.
How many issues of the I
Magazine
in 19?
68 and 1969. Second question. 4 people that worked for Apple went with John and Paul in May of 1968 to New York when they were promoting Apple records, electronics, films. 3 of them. I'll tell you 3 of them, and you got to tell me the 4th person. Mal Evans, Neil Aspinall, and Derek Taylor. Who was the 4th person that worked for Apple Corps and went with them to New York of May of 1968? Last question. I know that one's a tough one. Let's see, I got one more question. All right. How many issues had the poster inside?
How many issues had the poster inside?
Some of them didn't. So how many issues were published? How many had the poster inside? And who went with John and Paul that worked for Apple in May of 1968?
All
They worked
answers.
for Apple.
All answers have to be together, or it will not be counted.
Anybody answer yet?
Let's wait and see if everybody gets it together, like she said.
All right. That's it on that. Let's put the posters away.
Okay. Look at Polly and Daniel.
Polly's first one. There's a one. Got one right.
Don't say that.
Polly, the Magic Alex is right. Now we got to come
my
up.
God.
Yeah.
We got to come up with how many issues were. That is wrong. And how many issues had the poster inside? So how many total was published in 68 and 69? I was wrong. I said 7 or 8 on Rachel's Ghost. There were more than that.
Don't say if stuff is wrong.
Oh, I gotta give a hint so we can keep this going. Daniel says 24 issues, and he says 8 posters. Nope. Let's see if we can get somebody close here. Daniel's wrong. Joseph, you're getting close. Polly, no. There were more than 4 posters. 12 first thousand. No. Thomas Dean, I don't think so. All right, we're not getting too close. What do I got to get hints? We got to have, there were more issues than I thought in 68 and 69. They came out monthly.
Look at Daniel.
Daniel, 18 issues, you're getting close. The last one, no. 30, 20, no. Did you sell the best 13 complete, and were all those sealed? Well, I'm going to show that here in a second. All right, let's see if we can get somebody close. You can't win if you're too high there, Joseph. Ta-ta. Uh-oh, Mr. Beatles Pro, we're gonna have to give it to you because you had the right amount of issues, 15.
What was the other number?
Way to go, Beatles Pro Tom. You won a butcher cover from me, and now you won this Beatles Eye magazine. So the total amount of issues made in 68 and 69 was 15 of the Eye magazine. Magic Alex is the man besides Neil and Mal and Derek that went with John and Paul to New York in May of 1968. And 11 of these had the insert, the poster. One had a comic book, and the last 3 or 4 did not have an insert. Way to go, Tom, from Beatles Pro.
How many posters were there?
11, he said.
11.
That was the one everybody was having a hard time with.
That's a good one.
All right, way to go, Tom, Beatles Pro. All right, let's show some things that I've got in.
Why is your Chappell Roan on the floor?
Skylar,
What?
put it the right way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're doing that on purpose.
I didn't. No. No.
It's not funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain don't work.
I got this Meet the Beatles from Japan, a 1970s mono issue that's on red type of vinyl, which is pretty cool. Meet the Beatles on Odeon on red vinyl. This was the first issues they did in Japan of Meet the Beatles. They were on colored vinyl. You like that? Look how the cover looks a little bit different. I guess Sticker Granddaughter took a break.
That's not fair.
It's funny how the young people don't have the stamina that I do when I'm 70 years old. I don't know if you can read in between the lines there. We're gonna have Sticker Son's gonna take over.
So Joseph Mantino said congratulations, Tom. Mr. Beatles Pro said thanks. Mikey said that's why they call him Mr. Beatles Pro.
Yep, way to go. Well, you got to be on our next roundtable.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, Frank, which issue had the yellow sub poster in it?
Yellow sub poster. Pretty sure I've sold it before. I don't think it was Twiggy on the cover. I can't come up exactly who, but it was a girl that was on the cover. And that's what the poster looked like. This says, does it have a date on it? No. I don't have the book. I don't have the magazine. I just have a near mint poster. I bought all the 6 of the posters, and I already sold 3 of them. I sold the Janis Joplin and the Mick Jagger and the tarot card poster.
Joseph Mantino said that was a great looking cover with the red LP. And then Uncle Paul wants to know your good deed for today.
Good deed for the day. Well, it happened about a month ago. Our system at the grocery store doesn't take, what do they call those insurance cards? A health insurance
Oh, the health.
the credit cards.
Yeah.
Our system doesn't take that, and the lady was needed some groceries that night, and I spent $17 so she would have something to eat that night. And today she came in and handed me a $20 bill a month after I paid that $17. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, show this one more time. I got 2 serious people. One's a local and one's from Mexico. They got to get a hold of me. This is my sign. 1965. The only Christmas record
Take it up a little.
ever signed by all
That
four
way,
Beatles.
Put yours down.
Is this about right?
Yeah.
Beautiful blue ballpoint pen. Beautiful signatures. The signatures on the Help album that sold for 10,000 pounds last week from the same year on George and Paul were nothing like that. John and Ringo were pretty similar, but they definitely were done by like Neil Aspinall or Mel Evans. You know the price on this is $37,000, and it comes with the COA from the Beatles expert for 35 years on autographs, Frank Chiazio. I say this right. Chiazio. Frank Chiazio. And Perry Cox wrote a COA on this also.
Uncle Paul said, "You are beyond kind, Frank. Nice story."
Good story? I thought it was a good story. This is another little note that Frank wrote. He says, "Hi, buddy. Wow, a great piece and the rarest of the rare." So if you get something like my Chappell Roan, where it's signed on our album cover, it's got a lot more value if it's to do with their music and their career than just on a piece of scrap paper or one of their concerts. Can you imagine if you had all four Beatles? I saw one signed that was on a 1965 program from Shea Stadium. All right, let's put the big dog away.
Daniel said the one from Mexico had buyer's remorse.
No, well, they did, but they're trying to get a hold of me again, and I wasn't home when they called last night. I think they still want it. They wanted that the $4,000 butcher cover, but I told them it had already sold. How you doing there, Sticker Kid? What you guys want to see? Let's show these. The documentaries coming out. These are original glossies from the Mayos. However you say those two brothers. Maysles. 1964. And there's another trivia question. When the What's Happening, the Beatles in America, when the first time they showed this on American TV, which comedian female was the host of this TV program? What's Happening, the Beatles, What's Happening in America? 1964. Which famous female comedian was the host on this program? And she introduced when they went into all these old clips and stuff. So you got the Beatles on the train, and there's Paul listening to the Pepsi radio that Perry Cox sold for in the box for $2,200 a couple weeks ago. I've had it a couple times, but I've never sold one for more than $1,000. His was perfect though, no cracks. There's George in the up there in the train car, or in the luggage rack. There's Ringo with all the photographer, all their cameras. He's got them all on his shoulder, and he's lugging them through there, acting like he's the official photographer of the Beatles.
Mikey said Carol Burnett.
That is right. Mikey! Too bad you don't win nothing, Mikey. Carol Burnett is the answer. Way to go, Mikey Arugula. There's Ringo with his little knit cap on. It's pretty cool. And you know that I had a scrapbook from February 11th, which is where they were going to perform at the Washington Coliseum. I had a scrapbook signed by all three of them, and it had the Beatles button and the Beatles ticket stub were inside it, that scrapbook. This is one of the most valuable Beatles buttons there is. I love Beatles with 2 E's. They made 1,000 of these for the first concert on February 11th at the Washington Coliseum before they realized they made a mistake. And if you watch the video of that concert, Matthew Street did a great video about this concert the other day, but he couldn't tell that it was misspelled on the buttons. But he talked about all the fans in the front couple rows at the boxing arena, how they weren't excited at first, and as the concert went on, they became more and more excited until the last I Want to Hold Your Hand and Long Tall Sally, they went crazy.
Mikey said I watched it on TV that night.
All right. Mikey was 9 years old when you watched that, 10 years old? Boy, you were into the Beatles at a young age, Mikey. There's Paul on the train, being serious. Ringo again with a different hat on. Ringo looking amused. He's probably in the hotel room there at the Delmonico. And John Lennon listened on headphones to the brothers that were recording them. He wanted to hear how it was going down. He's laughing. Those are my original glossies from them. Maysles. How do you say this, Mikey? Maysles. I don't think either brother is with us anymore, but I could be wrong.
Vinyl Piper said, any more affordable Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd less than 10,000?
I do not have, that's the only Led Zeppelin signed album that I have. And Led Zeppelin Turquoise, one went off last week, but I didn't think it was good enough condition to buy. I've had 2 in excellent condition on Led Zeppelin Turquoise that I've sold for $3,500 a piece.
Can I show you
Nova's
a
Nick
magic
said
trick?
hello.
Yeah, all right. Sticker Kid wants some sticker time. You're in the chair. I'm going to switch chairs with him. Are you going to do a magic trick?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
I'm gonna make this green little thing go on this hat. I just hope it succeeds.
All right. Do it.
Abracadabra.
Did it work?
Yeah, I hope so. It wasn't exposed, was it?
Are we done yet?
Put the dang hat on your head. This is the 15th time I dared you.
All right.
Nova's Nick said hello, Frankie Sticker family.
How you doing, Novus Nick? All right, let's switch that.
Alright.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, don't forget clocks change tonight. And then he said Maisley.
Maisley? Maisley? Is that how you say it?
No, I said it.
Maisley. The Maisley brothers. Thanks a lot. Who told me that? Mr. Beatles Pro. Boy, you know it all, don't you? We got to have you on the Rachel Ghost interview.
Daniel Casilio said, Frank, are you worried with these reports of vinyl sales decreasing?
Kevin from Kevin Records and I had a discussion about that today on my break at the store. And a lot of these vinyl sales are just from the big companies, and it doesn't include like what I sell through my YouTube channel and a lot of big dealers. So vinyl sales are not down as they say. I mean, they might be down in the actual brick and mortar stores, but they're not down total because there's so much done on the internet now.
Mikey Regular said, Frank could start the show again. Extra hour.
Extra hour? Oh, when we do the next one?
No, today.
Today? No, I'm got to see Rachel's Ghost. I got to see Saturday Night Live. That's why I started early.
Mr. Beatles Pro said LOL, and Justin Martino said LOL to his joke.
To the what?
To his joke.
To his joke? All right.
It wasn't a joke, it was a magic trick.
It was a magic trick.
It was definitely a joke.
No.
All right, let's show some more things here. BC13, I was asked about, did I get another BC13? And I think this is the one I just got in the mail yesterday.
Good.
This is an early 19... I got one that's numbered. Where's the one that's numbered? Is got to be this one here. Yep.
Joseph,
Put that with that box there.
Joseph said enjoy Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live between the election and Chappell Roan on there. I'm going to give her some credit. It ought to be their biggest ratings they've ever had of this year. And the John, how do you say his name, the comedian? John Mulaney. He's a funny guy. This is the sixth time he's been on. He's going to be on there.
Mike, you were going to say because we are setting the clocks back at 12, it's 11 again.
Oh yeah, okay. He's talking about
Oh,
that.
talks are extra on. Yeah. No, Mikey, I got to end this in about 10 minutes.
Our clocks don't change till 2, don't they?
Yeah, our clocks don't change. For 2 o'clock, it becomes
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right, I got another number 776 BC 13. The first 3,000 that Capitol Records imported the records, albums from the United Kingdom. Notice that the box is a darker blue, almost black, compared to the later ones. But somebody asked me earlier on the stream if I had a box with sealed albums, and this is it. So it's got the unique poster. It's got Capitol on the bottom. These are only in the first 3,000 that Capitol put together. And it's got the, can you put that back down there, please?
Me?
Yes. It's got the rarities in the paper sleeve on the purple label. I sold this earlier today on eBay for $99. The only item sold from this box set so far. But all the albums are sealed inside. With the stickers that Capitol Records put on them. Imported, England, Capitol, and EMI. Please Please Me with the Beatles. Those two are HTM recuts, and most all the rest of these have HTM, Harry T. Moss in the Dead Wax. Hard Day's Night, you know, the 60 just came out on white vinyl in England. Those stickers don't stay on very good, and one must have fell off there, but I'll have to re-glue it back on. Beatles for sale. Let's quit playing footsies, guys.
What the heck I do?
Help. Rubber Soul. Do you guys know that Rubber Soul is the third best Beatles album of all time in the world is Rubber Soul? What is... No, this is the fourth. What are the top 3 Beatle albums in sales of all time? If this is the fourth, can you come up with the top 3?
Uncle Paul said...
This was the 5th, Revolver.
Uncle Paul said all the Playhouse clocks are already turned back.
So he's already turned his clocks, he's saying.
Sgt. Pepper, this is number 1. 32 million of these have sold worldwide. Can you imagine that? 32 million. The White Album has sold 14 million. So that's number 3. What do you think is number 2? Right here. Abbey Road has sold 20 million. The last 2, Yellow Submarine and Let It Be. They only show the top 5 in sales. I saw a YouTube short. So you got Revolver's number 5, Rubber Soul's number 4, the White Album's number 3, Abbey Road's number 2, and Sgt. Pepper, why it's still not on the top list on the Rolling Stones top 100 albums, has sold 32 million.
Thomas Jean said thank you and stay safe. Good night all.
Thomas Jean leaving us?
Yep.
No! 11:26 because you're getting close to Utah.
Joseph Mancino said White Album, Sgt. Pepper, and Abbey Road.
Uncle Paul said 4 minutes ago because we're getting there.
4 minutes ago. You guys got any other questions? We gotta watch Saturday Night Live. It's a big moment for me. So proud of Chappell Roan, and she's making it big time tonight. This is almost her equivalent. Almost. I know you're going to say I'm wrong. The Beatles being on Ed Sullivan. The world's going to get to know Chappell Roan tonight.
Hi.
Alright, we talked about butcher covers. I'll show a couple Rolling Stones. Got this cool 12-inch version of Hot Stuff. Look at that cool black and blue vinyl. 12-inch version from 1976 with Crazy Mama on the back. And I got a picture disc of She Was Hot, if I can find it.
Mr. Beatles Pro said the word minus me.
Is what?
The word minus me.
Minus, what is it? I don't know what
I don't know either.
Okay.
Taylor, shut up.
Where is my picture disc of that Rolling Stones? I am not, there it is. This is a little risque. I won't show it to sticker granddaughter.
Honestly.
She Was Hot. With the red tongue. This was the United Kingdom. She Was Hot. Have you ever seen the video of She Was Hot? It's pretty racy. Rolling Stones.
5'6" Nick Rich said first time here, not the last.
Couple big things that sold. I sold a
Listen.
David Bowie album for $300 signed from 1997 yesterday on eBay. This is Space Oddity signed, personally signed by David Bowie to the doorman of his hotel when he was living there in New York City with his model wife, Eamon. And it's got a little tag. Ziggy Stardust, It's a Gas. Original tag that you must have got way back in the day.
56 Nick Rich.
And you know that's where Chappell Roan got the title of her album, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Led Zeppelin, we got sold this today. All right, go ahead.
I just threw the pin.
I know, you're throwing pins, you're throwing stuff now. Go ahead.
56 Nick Rich said first time here, not the last.
All right, thanks. We got a new watcher, appreciate that.
Vinyl Piper said how much was that BC13 with the sealed records?
Sealed records, I usually break that down unless you give me a $1,200 offer, I'm going to sell it piece by piece.
And then Daniel Castillo said these Beatles fanboys are not into other artists. They keep brushing off Chappell.
They keep brushing off Chappell?
They'll
Well.
keep my life.
I normally get about 7% female watchers on my videos, and since I've
That's
been...
what Beatles Pro meant when he said world minus me. He was meaning the world's watching her minus him. He wasn't watching. That's what Tom was saying.
Saying what?
He wasn't watching the Chappell Roan.
Oh, he's not going to watch the Chappell Roan.
I think that's what he meant when he said the world minus me.
Gotcha.
He said the world would be tuning in.
Well...
He's fake.
She's worth a try. Mikey Arugula kind of likes Chappell Roan, and who said they just bought? Uncle Paul said he just bought the CD today. This is the Led Zeppelin movie poster for "Song Remains the Same" that sold today for $300, and it's got the original Stills lobby cards for "Song Remains the Same." The Led Zeppelin at 1973 at Madison Square Garden. And what I love about this live recording, Jimmy Page stays closer to the studio recordings, where usually if you watch Led Zeppelin in concert, he improvises a lot. But on this "Song Remains the Same," it's pretty close to the studio recording, 1973, when Led Zeppelin was at its peak in touring. All right, any other final Quest messages here. Anything else?
He keeps throwing that paper at me.
You got a flying airplane? Did you make
Yeah.
Does it work?
Oh,
Let's
no,
see.
it sucks.
Paper airplane?
Don't say that.
You gotta fold it like this on the side.
So,
And we did paper airplanes when I was young.
Good.
You gotta have wings.
it's called.
You gotta have wings.
Now throw it at Skyler's head.
Now see if it flies a little better this time.
I will punch you.
There, see? Told ya.
Daniel said, well, Beatles are not the greatest. That honor goes to Beethoven. Mikey said, I will watch her. Only know about her because of Frank. I had never heard of her. Novus Nick says, spring ahead and fall behind, don't forget.
Let's show the Tammy poster on the way out here.
And Daniel said, the times they are changing. So,
The Birds, or Bob Dylan. The times are changing.
So adapt to today's music's what he's saying.
She is, Chappell takes 70s Bowie, Freddie Mercury, and Cyndi Lauper, and Alice Cooper, and she makes it her own art show. You need to check her out. This is a little tribute to Terry Garr that passed away a few days ago. When she was 18, she was a go-go dancer for a lot of the acts during the Tammy show that was at the Santa Monica Auditorium. They filmed this 2 nights, and then they played this in the movie theaters. They took the best parts of it. Can you imagine? James Brown, the Rolling Stones had to be the last act after James Brown. That was a tough act to follow, but Mick Jagger pulled a few new dance steps by watching James Brown. All right, thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky.
See you on Wednesday.
And we'll see you on Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and maybe on Saturday we can try to start shooting for 10:30. We seem to get a little more attendance today. Thanks a lot. See you. I'm gonna watch
See ya.
Chappell Roan Saturday Night Live.
Good job.